Peace, peace, peace. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. For those of you who don't know, it's your boy Vic Slain Hope, and I got another video for y'all. In this video, I just want to talk about us black men, man, and how we need to make black men great again, man. Because we definitely struggling, we definitely lacking, and this is me included. I'm not above reproach. I'm not above anybody, but I'm saying us as black men, we are struggling. You know, and I did a room in which I asked a group of men, what does it mean to be masculine, or what does it mean, you know, to have manhood, right? And we came up with a few things. I'm not gonna go through all of them because I don't want to make this video lengthy, but I'm definitely gonna touch upon some things that I believe are important components of what it means to be masculine, or what it means to be a man. See, because nowadays in society, they're trying to play this game where they're trying to tell you that masculinity could look any way, right? And although certain men might have certain traits over other men, you know, different traits, I think, to me, right, this is to me, I believe there's a universal idea or characteristics of what it means to be a man or to be masculine, right? I think there's certain universal traits aside from whatever else people want to add, and how things might look differently in one part of the world and from a different. So I don't really want to dwell on those things, but I really want to talk about some of the things that the brothers that we spoke about. And I think a lot of times I see a lot of our men talk about the women, right? We talk about how masculine they have become. We talk about how they're not listening, they're not submissive, they're not, you know, cooperative, they're insufferable. We have like a lot of things to say when it comes to the women, but this video is not about the women. And sometimes I get on, you know, I get on the sisters too, but my channel is about community building, right? And we cannot just be on some one-sided stuff. And so I really want to highlight how a lot of some of our, I'm not even gonna say a lot, some of our black men, man, we are falling behind, bro. We are falling behind. We're not holding each other accountable. We're not uplifting one another. We pointing the finger like our sisters are. We're just blaming. We're just making excuses. And we're just dwelling on pessimistic ideals that do not make us better as men, right? So I want to talk about some of these things on the list that we came up with, right? For example, I want to talk about integrity, right? And integrity is kind of like, in my not you can look up the word, but one of the main important things of integrity is like, it's doing the right thing when nobody is watching, right? It's almost like you can get away. You know, one time I was in the store, and just to give you an example. One time I was in the store and I walked out and I took something. I took like a bag of chips or something, right? Or not a bag of chips, but I took something like candy or something. You know, the next day I got away with it. I got away with it. The next day I came back and I gave the dude the money, right? I gave the dude the money the next day because I have integrity, right? I knew that in the back of my mind, like, I'm like, bro, you stole this, bro. That's not right. You know, he didn't see me take it, but I brought it back and he was like, yo, I respect you for that. He respected me for that. To me, that's an example of it, right? But I wanna talk about certain things, right? For example, like when you think of the brothers of old and the things that we used to do, right? When I think about the brothers in the Panther Party, when I think about brothers that was policing the police, when I think about brothers who have led rebellions, right? When I think about brothers who have kicked off their drug habits to become better men, when I think about the fathers that used to be in their children's lives, right? When I think about the men that used to be building things with their hands in the community, right? When I think about the men that were pillars in the community, that make sure our women were safe, our children were safe, that were regulating, that were not afraid, right? Men that did great things in our community. And when I look around today, I see how that has diminished. I see how that has come all the way down to the ground. Diminish. Not saying that there are not men that are doing these things. I'm not saying that there's no men who, but what I'm saying is that there is some brothers in the community who just point the finger at our sisters, but we don't talk about how the brothers have become feminine. We don't talk about how the brothers don't know how to lead. A lot of it is not our fault, but these are just things I want to talk about. We don't talk about how we struggle how to be men. We don't talk about those things. We struggle in how to be adequate leaders. We struggle in how to build shit in our communities. We struggle with those things. But instead of us talking about those struggles, we rather talk about how the women have become masculine. We rather talk about the baby mamas. But we don't talk about the countless men who have children with women and do not take care of their children. We don't talk about the countless men living in the ideals of false notions of masculinity. We don't talk about those weak men that run around our neighborhoods impregnating our sisters. And this, again, when it's time for the sisters to get it, they're going to get it. But I want to dwell on the men. Because, you know, somebody's going to come on this comment section and talk about, but the women letting them smash. Bro, it's no way you as a man, if that's what you call yourself, there's no way you as a man can sit here and have children and not think about your kids, knowing that you father kids. Listen, I don't care. You have a role to play. I don't want to hear like, oh, bro, I didn't want to have a kid. And I told her, bro, you shouldn't be doing what you was doing with that woman if you didn't want to have no kids, homie. We need to take accountability too. That's part of being a man too, right? Taking accountability. We know the sister's not going to really play the accountability stuff. We're not talking about them right now. But as a man, we got to live in the reality. We got to live in the this is what it is. We can't live in fantasy like our sisters. We can't live in the make-believe world, the dream world like our sisters do. We have to live in the reality. And the reality is this. A man takes responsibilities for the consequences of his actions, regardless of what those consequences is. Regardless. Which is why I don't sit here and blame the white man because I went to prison and I gangbang. I don't sit here and talk about he put me in the ghetto. I didn't have no choice. I couldn't do this. No, I take accountability. I had no business gangbang. No business. No business. I take accountability. I was an agent of the state in my community and I was helping destroy it. We got to take accountability. The same way that these no good men can't take accountability. And I'm going to give you an example of this. My father didn't take care of me, right? And even though I overlooked it, you know, I forgave him for me, really. When it came time, I asked him, I said, I still had questions for him. I said, why wasn't you there for me? Why didn't you take care of me, right? Did you ever think about, did you ever wonder, like, damn, where this dude getting? Is he eating? Is he clothed? Is he okay? My father couldn't even be man enough. And this is not just my pops. There's a lot of men out there that are doing the same thing. He couldn't even be man enough to tell me I'm sorry. He couldn't even be man enough to be like, you know what? Like, he couldn't even tell me how he felt. He couldn't even tell me if he did feel something. Even if he would have said like, yo, I ain't think about that. I ain't gonna hold you. I would have respected that. I already forgave you, bro. I would have respected that, but he couldn't even engage in the conversation, running. That's not no manly shit, bro. That's not no manly shit. This man couldn't even get into a conversation. And not only that, the first thing that came out of his mouth, you know what, your mom, bro. My mother never talked bad about my father. Never. I hear women out here talk crazy about their baby fathers and the fathers of their kids. My mother never, ever, ever told me anything crazy about my father. If anything, she always encouraged me to go spend time with him. She always encouraged me to go be around my family. She always did that. That was just the type of woman she was. I can't speak for other people's baby moms. But this is just an example of me trying to have a conversation as an adult with my father. And he couldn't even be man enough to say sorry or to not say sorry or to just even engage in a conversation of what was his thoughts, because that's what I wanted to know. So we got a lot of those brothers in the community who are not ready to have certain conversations with themselves about the messed up stuff that they're doing in the community, right? So integrity is one of those things I wanted to touch upon. Honor. A lot of people don't even have honor, man. A lot of people don't have honor. Listen, I literally been in situations where I could have violated people who violated me at one point, right? But because they waved the white flag, or they was afraid, or they didn't want to, they didn't, I just didn't feel honorable. I didn't feel like, like, wow, doing something to you. Like, it's almost like, if I know you scared, why am I gonna oppress you? If I know you scared, if I know you're afraid. So I think it's a lot of things. Another thing we talk about, responsibility, duty to the community. A lot holds other men accountable. We don't even do that, bro. We got friends. How many of our friends that we have, and they be talking crazy to women on the street, or some of our friends be doing some crazy stuff, right? They be stepping out of line all the time, and we don't hold them accountable. We don't tell them like, yo, bro, stop doing that, bro. How many times? We don't have no duty, bro. We see, and again, a lot of our brothers are not pillars in the community. A lot of the brothers are afraid. We are afraid. We won't sacrifice nothing. We won't step in. We won't even correct our, and look, and I'm not telling you go randomly be correcting people, because I know what that could lead to. But I'm saying you don't correct your own friends. You watch your own mans talk crazy to women. You watch your own mans do that. You watch your own mans constantly argue with women, throw shit at them, even put their hands on them. Your own mans, you can't talk to your own man. You afraid of your mans? I get it when it comes to other men, but you afraid to go talk to your own. Come on, bro. We got to hold each other accountable, bro. Like, my friends are not going to be in my vicinity doing some foul shit that I do not stand for, because I'm going to hold them accountable, right? Another thing that we mentioned is live with all the consequences. Decisive, right? Got to be able to make decisions when we got to make it. And live with the consequences, right? We got to be able to have purpose, structure, be dependable. A lot of our brothers is not even dependable. Like, how many children that we father can actually depend on you? That was another thing. My pops wasn't dependable, and I'm not pouring my pop shit. I'm just telling you, my pops is an example of a lot of men walking around in the community. Some men think it's cool to just have a lot of kids and not take care of them. It's a lot of men out here that be like, I got a kid with her, and then, like, you don't even take care of your kids, homie. We take a picture once in a while so people could feel like you're a good dad. But those kids don't really see you. Those kids you don't really influence them. You're not really in their life. We got to be better men, bro. We got to be better men. Sacrifice. Like, sacrifice, right? And then I say this to the brothers, and again, I'm included in this. We have to be better. We have to stop dwelling on the excuses. A lot of our brothers we love talking about slavery and Jim Crow, and, they're keeping the black men down and the sisters. Do you know, like, I don't even want to bring the woman into this, but people are getting their shit. It's people that's pushing through, man. And I get it. It's not going to be easy. Nobody says it's going to be easy. But dwelling on the mistakes or dwelling on the issues or what has happened is not going to bring us no solutions. Thinking about solutions, being optimistic about the future, having that drive, that desirability to be better, is going to bring us solutions. Not thinking about the past, not dwelling on what has happened, but thinking about not giving up. Not giving up. Nobody give a two shits about your depression. Nobody care about that shit. Like I said, bro, we got to stop acting like women. See, a woman could say, I'm depressed, I'm sad, I feel like this, and everybody's going to go run and coddle her. We're not them. They not going to do that for us. And the moment you realize that shit, and there's a whole bunch of stuff that goes into this, right? They making us feminine. They're putting estrogen in our foods, right? Soy has a lot of estrogen. I said this in another video. And when you go to prison, they feed you 70% soy, 30% meat. They're not just doing that in the prisons. They're probably doing that out here too. In certain ingredients. I don't really be in a lot of like the processed stuff but they're doing that out here too. And I think that's affecting us. This is why I tell the brothers, go check your testosterone levels. Go check your testosterone levels. We're constantly talking about how the women are masculine, but we don't talk about how these men are feminine. There's even some reports that they putting shit in the weed that's making us feminine. These dudes are running around here emotional as hell, killing people because somebody got you mad. You don't even have the emotional range to be able to walk away from situations. But we talk about the women. We talk about the women. The women are allowed to, you know, that's just, you know, we say it ourselves. Or she just being a woman. You know, she get her attitude, she throw tantrums, she do this. We're doing the same thing. And the difference is we're throwing tantrums, but our tantrums come with taking lives. We're killing women. We're killing our men for little things. For small things. Because we don't have no control of our emotions. We act just like the women. Just like the women. Right? We're not trustworthy. Our reputation, some of us don't even got good reputations. We only known for having mad kids. Or we known for like, yeah, he a player. Like, and we think that's cool. We think that's cool. Some of us, like, again, protector, that's some of the things we said. Work ethic, discipline, decisive purpose, has structure, learns lessons. You know, like, it's a few things, man. And this is just the things that I see, brothers. We gotta get it together. We can't just be sitting here complaining about the sisters, bro. We so caught up with they gotta submit, they gotta be this, they gotta be feminine, that we are losing where we supposed to be. We losing where we supposed to be as men. You want to get respect? Respect yourself, homie. Respect is not something that you go out there and beat somebody up and you think you're going to get respect. People going to respect you when they see you respect yourself. And part of seeing yourself and part of respecting yourself is don't let people talk to you a certain way. Don't let people, but people are not going to open that door if they see you respecting yourself, like I said. Some people might try to challenge you here and there. And you have to, again, respect yourself. Don't let people talk to you a certain way. Don't let people play with you a certain way. Don't let people tell you, you know, certain things, you know, the slick stuff. Don't let people slap you as a man. You should not be letting nobody slap you and you think you're going to be respected if you walk away from that slap. You know, it's certain things that you have to do as a man. And sometimes you're going to have to sacrifice, homie. Sometimes you might have to walk away. I'm not walking away. But sometimes you got to walk away. Sometimes you got to walk away. You know, but just know that that comes with consequences when you walk away. Every single decision that you make is going to come with consequences and you got to live with them, right? So, brothers, we need to be better as men. Forget what the sisters is doing for a second. You know why? Because when these sisters got to grind, when these sisters are stuck with the cubs that we give them, they can no longer make no excuses. They just got to go out there and grind. And that's the shit that some of us are not doing. And again, I'm not. It's plenty of black men. Shout out to the good dads. Shout out to the men who are doing all of these things that I'm talking about. They're providing. They're protecting. They have integrity. They're holding their bros accountable. They doing all of these things. Shout out to you brothers, man. That's doing what y'all need to do. I ain't talking to y'all. I'm talking to the brothers who are lacking in masculinity. That we are lacking in it. Because when them sisters get left alone, they either gonna make excuses like some of us brothers. They either gonna make excuses or they gonna grind. They gonna go get it. They gonna go to school. They gonna use welfare for whatever they gotta use it to get on their feet and do certain things. Of course, we're not gonna talk about those other women, but women, for the most part, that most of the times they're stuck with the kids when the man decides to just dip off. And don't give me the stories about the mothers who are bitter. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about men who literally skip off because they could do that, because they don't want to be there. These women have no choice but to get it on their own. In the same way, we got to get it on our own. We can't keep dwelling on Jim Crow and in the 50s and the 40s they was doing this to the black men. Cause listen, man. When we came out of slavery, and I'm gonna always say this, and I know y'all don't like it, black men were getting shit done. Black men were getting shit done. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to the brothers in the Panther Party, because to me this was like the epitome of masculinity in Black America. A group of black men with guns showing like, you're not going to keep coming through here shooting our people. That was like, to me, these were our heroes. These was the epitome of black men in our communities. Policing the police. Like, you're not about to be over here thinking you just going to have your way, you know what I'm saying, with our people. And they was not afraid to clap police. And I'm not, again, I ain't telling y'all go out there and do certain crazy shit, but I'm just saying these were the epitome. These were pillars in our communities. And people can say whatever they say about Huey P and whatever stuff they want to talk about, but they did shit that we still struggling to do today. They did it. So let's just get it together, man. Let's focus on ourselves. Stop focusing on the sisters and their masculinity and blah blah blah. Men lead, women follow. Get your leadership up to par. Become a man. Fortify yourself. And I guarantee you, you're going to find women out there who are going to yield to who you are and your leadership. You wouldn't even have to have these conversations. I don't be having these conversations with these chicks. But again, I come here and sometimes I talk my stuff because I'm about community building and bettering the community. But I'm telling you right now, some of those conversations that I be having on Clubhouse or I have with certain people, I do not have them in my personal life. Because I'm quick to tell a woman, like, cool, you can go out there and get that. I'm not putting up with certain shit. I'm not debating with you. You want to fight with me. You want to argue. You want to be insufferable. You want to constantly just do whatever you want to do. Whatever you're used to doing, that's okay. I'm not here to change you. I'm going to ask you once, twice. I'm going to be like, yo, you're not going to change this? You don't change this? Go ahead. So that's how we got to be like men. And stop complaining about these women are doing that. These women are doing. There's plenty of good sisters out there who will meet your criteria. But we also got to stop overlooking those sisters. Because we be a little toxic too. We like picking the ain't shit ass women too. Just like some of those women like picking the ain't shit ass men. We like that too. We like the toxicity. Because we grew up in toxicity. Toxic love. Toxic communities. Toxic environments. So we got to take accountability, bro. And we got to live with the consequences. Let me know if I said anything that was beneficial. Let me know what y'all thoughts are in the comment section. And let's make black men great again. You know, let's hold each other accountable. Let's create circles where we can talk, we can have dialogue, where we can have movement building and become men. So y'all have a good one and stay blessed. Peace.